Hey y'all, I'm Raina Harper, and welcome to EveRe-Watch, where I podcast a spell that takes a hold of you. And while I normally give a retrospective on the episodes of the Nickelodeon fantasy series Every Which Way, today we take discussing this show that I have great nostalgia for in a new direction. It's a new series that I call Witchy One-on-Ones, in which I'm honored to interview the people directly involved with the show itself. For our first ever Witchy One-on-One, I'm proud to introduce the costume designer for Every Which Way Season 2 and overall artist extraordinaire, Karina Hurtado-Villasenor. Welcome.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me. Very happy to do this.
Of course, glad to be with you today. So, Anna, for those who are listening, man, I'm excited to have you. There, that that this is a show that Every Which Way is a show that was a like defining cultural memory of my teenage years, and a key part of it, very much so, was the visual elements of the costume design, and so it'll be great to hear from you about what working on it was like, and about your artwork as a whole. So, anything you'd like to say as we start off?
I'm very happy to be here. This is my first time doing this, so if I like get hiccups, sorry.
No
uh,
problem.
that show was a very important show for a lot of kids and also
Hmm.
for us. I don't know if you know that it's the English version of another show that existed
Yeah,
before that is called Grachi,
Karachi.
in
Yes.
which I did the design of the last season. So that's
Hmm.
why I transfer. You want to do questions or do I just start and keep going?
Well, so I think we'll start with how you started. So where are you from originally?
So I was born in Rochester, New York, but I'm from Mexico. My parents are from Mexico. That's
Hmm.
where I started, and I lived all my life. I started in costume designer right after graduating from college. My first boss was a former teacher of mine,
Hmm.
and I did a telenovela, a very dramatic one. The
Fantastic.
story was also magical because it was about gypsies. So it was a
Oh yeah.
very, yeah, it was a very important part for me because it was like knowing like very nice costume designing. It was just not just regular clothes, but like very magical. So that's
Yeah.
a thing that I like translated for the every which way.
Fantastic. Do you recall the name of the that show?
Yeah, it was Gitanas. That was the name of the telenovela.
Oh,
It
sure thing.
was like 18 years, no, more, 20 years ago. So some time
Oh
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd be interested to check it out and see its style. I'm sure that's very entertaining as well. Um, and so what did you have? I'd love this. This is a small talk thing with me. Like whenever I meet someone new, I'd love to ask what's your favorite movie?
So I have a lot of favorite movies, but I'm like old school. I like
Yeah,
one that I saw with my grandmother a lot. So it was Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yes.
Yeah, so Audrey Hepburn, I love that movie. I keep like
Hmm.
rewatching it, rewatching it.
Yeah,
Also, like the style of that movie is very, very classical. So yeah, I think
yeah.
that's one of my favorite ones. And if it's more
Hmm.
like animation, I
Hmm.
think it was Little Mermaid because that was like my princess when I was a little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my one of my favorites.
Fantastic. I love old classic Hollywood movies too. Like when I was young, my dad introduced me to Singing in the Rain. Have you
Oh
seen
yeah,
that?
yeah,
That
yeah.
that's my favorite movie still, and very heartwarming. And still, like, it holds up absolutely. A lot
Hmm.
fun. A lot of the styling of those older Hollywood movies do, and it's when it comes to to costumes, any movies or shows that you saw in your youth that stuck out for their costumes?
Yeah, one series that I really liked about it because it was very like truthfully. It's Outlander. It's
Oh
like for
yeah,
older people. It's not for young kids,
sure.
but but
I've heard of
they
it. Yeah.
yeah they research so good that even like little thing as how did they dye the clothes in that era, they use
Hmm.
pee to like the tide like hold on the fabric. So they did, obviously it wasn't like real, but they show like those little things, and that's why I love that one. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Uh, that I love things like that, and to see things like that. And what would you say the was the source of, like, was it like fashion photography? Was it mainly movies and shows like that, but or books or anything like that? What, or was it like any people in your life that what would you say is the big source of your, like, wanting to pursue or making and designing costumes and fashion?
I think when my teacher Fernando asked me if I wanted to do coordination in costumes, we I went
Mm,
to the first. They were doing a test camera for the main actress, and I just like
mm,
became mesmerized of how they made like in a very small space, like an ambience with the lights and the fabrics, and because it was like, as I said, like gypsy, so the fabrics made like a very important part of the like the whole thing they did. So yeah, that's the point where I was like, because I never thought about doing costumes until that point,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was just like in love.
It's like a unique thing to think about people, and that's in of their lifestyle, like making their own clothes or things like that. Is
Yeah.
that the case?
Yeah,
Yeah.
also like when you have to think in like on a script, like all the things are going into it's not just the style, but you have to think if the character is going to get wet or if the sequence is very, very, very long, then it has to be very comfortable. If it's cold, if the there's a scene that is going to like something tear or like you have to think about it has to be double, it has to be so in magic things we had to have
Yeah.
like a lot of like doubles because magic has to be
Yeah.
done in
Changing the look of them, or yeah.
exactly you have to have several just in case or with the goo or with the I don't know like main
Yeah,
thing
the
a lot of
slime. Yes.
exactly so
Yeah,
it was a challenge.
yeah, there's a particular moment in an episode I covered recently where like a bunch of orange gloppy slime falling from the ceiling onto the character Daniel's outfit. That was like, ooh, that I bet, did you get multiple takes of that? How many did you
uh
have to prepare?
I think we always prepare at least two or three of basically almost all of the clothing that they were gonna be like something like that. I think
Mhm.
I got it like a little bit easier because you just have like several clothes. If you wear the hair and makeup, you would have to clean them and
Yeah.
then dry the hair and everything. Or if the I don't know the stage got like dirty, then you have to clean everything. Or if it was a sofa, you don't have double sofa, so it was like more like harder for other areas than for me. I had like
Yeah.
I was in on control of all of that.
Yeah, it must have been tough. There were like so many shenanigans of like food flying all over the place, and and goo and mud and things.
Yeah, and things that were not VFX, like for example, do you remember when Diego like feet start to melt down?
Yes,
So I did that. It wasn't a problem. It was very, very
really.
difficult to try to make it look like more real. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was
That
fun.
Yeah. To my mind, like even now, that looked quite good and freaky. Like, oh, he's like yeah, stuck to the floor, and that would be like, yeah, scary to have happen. It got that across, and so from that initial show you worked on, how long was it until you started between that and working on Grachi?
From the first one, I think it was like I did another soap opera, and then I got married, went to
Mhm.
Spain, got back, and then had a child, and that's when we moved to Miami. And I think it was like 3 years or no less, like 2 years. So
Sure
Grachi
thing.
was my first custom design project, the last season.
Yeah. Hmm.
It was super nice because I have new characters, so I had
Yeah.
to like start from scratch for some of the characters, and same
Mhm.
with every which way. That was like a year or less in between those two. Not like a
definitely.
hmm
Yeah, and that yeah, thinking about it, like you working on being the lead costume designer on the second season, you had to create the looks from scratch for Agamemnon, the rest of the Witches' Council, and Jax and all.
Yeah.
That that was pretty fun, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was super good. And also they were very, very, very nice characters. So yeah, look
Hmm.
from scratch.
So so you so was your so it was your idea to create like the Doc Brown style glasses and and the evil like leather outfit for
Uh-huh,
on
yeah, he was like they tried to like the head of the department is uh the production designer. She
yeah,
was the one that like organized everything. So she was like the
Evelyn
go-to.
Villegas, isn't it?
Evelyn Villegas, yeah.
Yeah,
So she was like our boss. And also
yeah.
the Nickelodeon people, they all had to say an okay for everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, he Agamemnon was like a punk style kind of thing, but not getting like all the way to that. We wanted to maintain
Yeah.
like the like a comic kind of style. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's he does have a fun look and a fun personality like
Hmm.
that, and the costume like added a whole bunch to it, like a bunch of like myself and a bunch of my guests who have come on who and like nearly everyone else I could bring on like has never seen this show before. The costumes that are a lot of the things that they pick up on as being entertaining. Like, oh my God, the the full moon and like evil mode Desdemona. Those are so much fun to see. Wahaha!
Yeah,
Yes.
she was great. Yeah. Also, like she had like so much fun, like changing between the good one and then when she became evil, she just like liked to change all of the hair and the costumes and
Did you have the feeling with creating the costumes as a whole that you were that it was like trying to be as like maximalist, like throwing subtlety out the window, just like she is evil and like everything about this outfit is going to show it, or he is comical, or
yeah.
she's like stuffy and serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the way you thought of it?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's important for like when you have like a comedy series to have
Hmm.
like that like go the extra mile. And with Desdemona, she had to have like two different personalities, so I needed to like break them down like completely. So you don't be like, oh, is she evil or is she being nice? So you needed to be like very different one from the other. So yeah, it's fun when you have like that amount of freedom, let's say. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And the tone of the show that allows for it, just like that we just yeah, everything everything about this person, like, well, the dialogue, the writing, the setting, and of course the costumes need to scream like this character's archetype. like
Hmm.
like she's the mean girl who dresses, fashionably. She uh Andy, of course, the
Hmm.
I love Andy's outfits are the best, so the tomboy fits.
Yeah.
And so you told me like you were and I've like looked through your credits and all, like you were like a supervisor on the first season,
Yeah.
and so like seeing how it like like you were there for like seeing all the design choices initially being made when you were a supervisor, like were there any like for deciding like the aesthetic to begin with, were you did you have any input there and any like anything that you remember?
For the first season, no, I didn't want to step on the designer. I was very
Hmm.
respectful. So I just basically was there to help her. And then I think at the end that the party and everything that it was like so big, I helped more. But I
Hmm.
let her leave because we have to you have to respect like your place. If they ask you for help, you
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
But yeah, I
of
didn't. I
course.
I try more to like when I did the second one, I tried to remember and keep a lot of the things that were the same because it's the same series. I just improve on whatever I it was like my personal style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
continue it on, and yeah, and just yeah, bring in new things in the same style.
Exactly. Yeah, because for the viewers, you don't need to like you can't change it. It has to be the same show.
Hmm. One of my guests and I, her name is Riley.
Hmm.
But she and I have like produced short films before, and
Uh-huh.
and we were like noticing the the very high amount of statement necklaces worn by so many different characters, and like so a huge amount of them in various scenes. And so, can I'd love to know, like, was there an entire like wall of statement necklaces in particular?
Yeah.
Because there are
They
so many.
Yeah, they were, well, we had like to have doubles of them also because they broke.
Wow.
Like for example, for Emma's shoes for school, it was super difficult because I had to maintain like the all the glitter because we had someone made them like on there on the spot, but we had to do like several because it like all the time all the glitter like went off the shoe. So it was a design that was not very practical to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to have like every character had their own like special hanging where all the necklaces and the bracelets and the earrings and the things for the hair, like all of it. And it was
Yeah.
so difficult to get continuity because sometimes the actress just like take them off because she was tired or whatever, and you have
Yeah.
to like keep looking for them and yeah, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Like the like on a lot of sets, there's the continuity person who like, oh, got to make sure the water is at this level
Hmm.
between takes in a glass, or that
Yeah.
or or yeah, things maintaining their spots, or if something is in someone's hand,
Hmm.
uh, and I bet that was hard. And like the the giant butterfly earrings, the I bet those would have weighed a lot, and that Paola Andino
I
and
don't no, they were very like because they were like fake Yuri, so they were
oh
yeah, it was like light because otherwise they wouldn't like it's very hard to be like the whole day, like 10 hours straight getting like
yeah
those things. So no. We try to always maintain to have like something that is comfortable and they look
yeah
good. So yeah, I don't think they will.
definitely
Hmm.
sure. Well, I maybe not heavy, but they certainly would have like gotten in the way, like your hair
Oh
knocking
yeah,
them
yeah.
into your face, like
Yeah, and all
uh,
the like the necklaces, like the sound people hate us because it's like, oh, they every time like the mic is like, yeah, yeah. So we had to sometimes tape the the necklace to the clothing or yeah.
yeah, yeah. That that I bet that, yeah, I can imagine. Um, so you mentioned the anime dance. So I have, let's see, an image of like those costumes in particular. I'll try
Hmm.
and share the screen. So there's many different vibrant colors and face paint
Uh-huh.
and sequins and things. The so you helped with that. The ideas for that, you said. So what was it like? I imagine like you were like the script said, oh, like characters like dressing up anime-ish, but I'm sure you had like a bunch of of guidelines to like make it to make it like look appropriate, uh, and just was it just like your idea was to make it like generally crazy and like bright to evoke the idea of like, oh wow, anime characters.
So La Cristina, the designer, she had to get approval for all the characters way before the day
Yeah.
that they were gonna shoot, and then on the
Mhm.
day that they're gonna shoot, we saw like all the like the approval images, and then we had
Mhm.
like a lot of extra costumes and accessories and all like in bright colors, and we had to dress all the other characters while the designer and the main group of the costume were doing the the main one. So we tried to make it fun, look like they were in the same party, but not the same as any other of
Yeah.
the characters, so they don't like rob the focus, so stole the focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. Just try to make it fun. Like if you're
Yeah.
up in a party, that was the idea. Yeah.
Absolutely. There's neon green pants, neon orange pants, neon
Yeah.
red, and and there multicolored tights and the and like and like roller rink floor socks and things.
Yeah.
You know the pattern I mean. Um, and was let's see, was it so so you weren't so there was a different department for like the face paint, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Uh,
hair and makeup were in charge of all the wigs and the like face tattoos, glitter, and all of that. Yeah.
sure thing. Yeah, so by you like was it like your job to like source a bunch of like the buttons and like uh like shoulder pads with spikes on them? Was were you part of that?
No, well, the designer. I wasn't. I just helped. Like on season one, I just helped like organize and see that all the clothes were there. Like the
Yeah,
all the extras return the clothes and they didn't break them or like all of
yeah,
that part of organization. The wardrobe team, not the designer part. Yeah, no.
yeah. So 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 that like they were sent they were brought into the set and that and then you were like in part responsible for just making sure they stayed pristine and all.
Exactly. Yeah, and that like for example, something didn't break like halfway of the on the shooting or something didn't like if the skirt was too short or because they were I mean the extras were kids also so they were also having
Yeah,
fun and the girls were like oh that this makes me look like blah 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 so you had to be like taking like paying attention that none of them were like making changes by themselves. Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. I've got another image here
Hmm.
with with Ursula, Diego, and Maddie. Where did you get to create like once you were leading the department in season two, where you got the freedom to like create uh, new like Maddie outfits and things?
Uh, like you know, no, I tried to stay with her same like style. What I did
Hmm.
was did a like a fitting for the because they also grew and their bodies
Yeah.
change. So I
Hmm.
helped her like with the uniform that she looked like more like slim and taller because she was still short and some of them like started to grow and like as a teenager like your hands like your arms grow before your I don't know your legs or whatever. So I just tried to make that part look like they fit good and they look better. So for them, yeah, I didn't make any changes for them. And Ursula had like a very Ursula, the actress, is the same actress in Grachi. She has the
Yeah, yeah.
same character. So I knew
Hmm.
her way before, and she had exactly the same uh, style. We actually
Yeah.
used things. I mean, I bought her a lot of things, but we used things from Grachi for her because she had like even the voice. She had like a very like she had her character very well designed.
Um, do do you have any particular fond memories of like interactions with the crew and cast and anything that sticks out?
Yeah, they were very like as a group of kids and actors, they were
Mhm.
very nice group. Like everyone had fun with each other. Everyone they were friends, so it was very easy to work with them.
Yeah.
Uh, and then with Desdemona, we had to do the. I don't know if you remember the or you got until that point the when she becomes a statue. Uh,
Not in the retrospective, not there yet, but I do know what you're talking about.
Oh, so that time was very crazy because we I had to do the like all the clothing. It became like hard, and we had to paint her also like the face and the hair. It was like very difficult to take it off after that.
Yeah.
When you have a scene like that, it's usually the end of the day. You don't do it like
Hmm.
in the middle or the beginning because then you're gonna lose a lot of time. But I think that in general, all the times that we played with her character, it was it was super fun. She loved it, so it was very fun to do it.
Yeah. A fun challenge.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Speaking of fun challenges, I I'm I'm trying to like I'm attempting to imagine the hat the fun challenge it must have been to juggle shooting the scene with five different Emmas in the same room.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, the multiples. Yeah, that was it was challenging. I think more for the cast uh
mhm.
crew because they had to find girls that were like very like for us a standing like for some
Yeah,
of the they need to have someone there and then Emma does it. So it was
yeah,
very challenging to have, yeah. And also because some of the script, I think some of the scenes they shoot it before saying like the script wasn't given to us like the complete like all the season. So it was they give it
yeah,
to us like little by little. So sometimes they shoot a scene from that day before
yeah,
we knew they were multiples. So it was, I think, one of
mhm.
the customs. It was like we were like stressing out because we couldn't find another, like not even one more dress. So one of the dresses, so I don't remember which was,
Yeah,
but it was yeah, it was crazy because you didn't knew like all the script what was going to happen if it was going to get wet or sometimes you didn't know. So yeah, it was it was very
yeah.
difficult.
Like you like the evil Emma wears a leather jacket that she then had to jump in a pool with the leather jacket on. That must have been so painful.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was.
Chaos.
Yeah, and also because sometimes I don't know if that like the person that did the for the day like the scenes, sometimes they
Mhm.
didn't realize that, and it was like she's gonna have to choose the same leather jacket like after today, and it's not going to get like dry. So it was sometimes we had to ask for them to change what
Yeah,
everything they're gonna change after, or sometimes we just had to make it work. So we improvised like a dryer with a plastic bag and a hair dryer. So it like blow up like in a balloon, and then the things were like the clothing were drying up inside. So yeah, you had to be resourceful.
yeah. It's a man. It just a bit of hectic schedule. Like how long did it take to film like season two? Like how long was the shoot period for that?
I think it was between 4 and 6 months. I don't remember exactly because
Sure.
I was
Yeah,
pregnant
yeah.
also, so
Oh
it was a
wow.
very very fun experience. But
Hmm.
sometimes we work like 12, 14 hours. The
Hmm.
actors didn't, but
Yeah,
us as a crew, yeah, because they couldn't because of they were from
yeah.
because of
Labor
their
laws.
age,
Yeah,
yeah, and also they had to take classes like during that. But
yeah.
us or the adults, the actors, adults, we didn't
Hmm.
have like a time. So yeah, it's fun, but it's very
Yeah,
very
yeah,
tiring.
yeah. And the shoot was in the Miami area, right?
Yeah, in Miami, yeah.
And yeah. Do you, um. Am I right that the facade of the school, like the entrance, was like the same in both Every Which Way and Graci?
I don't remember. I think so.
Yeah, it looked the same. And was that? Do you recall if that was if there was a building that looked like that, if there, or if that was just like a facade that was built in
No, it
itself?
was a real building. No, no, it was a real building, and then the all the like the corridor, they made
Yeah.
the corridors on the stages on the
Hmm.
lot. Yeah, but
Of
the
course. Yeah.
facade was real. Yeah.
Sure thing. And so yeah, you told me that that the that one of that the cinematographer of the show is your husband. When did you two meet? Was it part at through this show or was it before?
No, it was in my in Gitanas. I met him there. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So it's since a long time ago. Yep.
Yeah, and I'll transition then into the into things that you're doing now. You've since turned to illustration as your website shows, and you're I must say awesome work there.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
what what uh what made you want to um like
To
not to do illustration and to like get a degree in it?
So I wanted to do first just concept design. So the same thing as custom, but just the illustration. So I didn't need to
Hmm.
be on set because it's I love it, but it's a lot of
Yeah,
work and out of my house and I have kids. So I didn't want to be
I
there
bet. Yeah.
anymore. So I just
Hmm.
thought I'm gonna try to see if I get into art center to the school. Yeah, I applied to art center. I got a scholarship. I went in, and then I discovered that I could do more to help the story, not just the custom part. Because I felt I wanted to tell a lot of stories, and then
Fantastic.
with the custom, you only tell like a little bit of the story of the character. So that's how I learned about illustration, and I decided to just move completely my focus to illustration and storyboard because it's like that you can tell
Hmm.
the costume and the hair and everything. So yep, that's how why I changed.
Fantastic. Like you get to like tell the story that you want. That was it.
Exactly, not just like with costumes, you can tell part of the story. You tell how the character is, his
Hmm.
personality, and where does it come from. But you don't tell like everything. Sometimes you can tell that you can say like, oh, it's the character is very sad or whatever, and you use the costume to help that part, but not like all of it. You have like until
Yeah.
so much, yeah. So that's why I decided to do more, basically.
It's been so great to hear about your work on every which way and I've certainly learned a lot through this about the process of making it and I'm grateful to you for that and so as um as we sort of reach the end here, are there any other like particular works of yours, either like in television or in your illustration work more recently, that you'd like to just shout out and get people to check out?
I'm in the works on of for a pitch for a show, a kids show, but it's not there in like to show. I still have it like in development. It's very difficult.
Hmm.
That's a problem with animation. It takes more time
Yeah,
than live action,
yeah,
but it's going to be
absolutely.
good because it's going to be both live action and animation, and yeah, it's going to be fun.
Fa-
I'll share it later.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I'll be glad to share it out. Yeah, my cousin, right, I have a cousin right now who's studying animation at Cal Arts
Oh,
and is
nice. Yeah,
fantastic at it.
yeah,
And
it's a good school.
is there anything else about about your the process of making every which way or your work in costumes in general that you feel like people should know?
Yeah, I think research, when you have an idea or a script that you receive, you need to do a lot of research to understand like where the
Yeah.
character comes from, where the story is going to happen. And then you can like if you the
Hmm.
more that you research, the more that you can like your imagination make it like flow. Because you need to have something so you can create
Yeah.
something new. So yeah, I think research is a lot of people is like, oh, I'm gonna do research like super quickly, just Google it and blah 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 the first three images, and it's so much fun to do like a real
Yeah.
research, like going to a museum and then think like you can like realize there are things that people created like hundreds of years ago that you can't even imagine. So yeah, research I think is
Yeah.
the best part to make something fun.
And then create an idea and then create like another draft building on that and then
Oh
another
yeah,
draft
yeah.
and another
Never stay with
draft of
this
designs. Yeah.
with the first draft. You have always like to try and try more and try more and then keep going, and yeah, it's just have fun.
Yeah.
I think that's
Uh,
an important
absolutely.
part.
And yeah, that if yeah, if I'm any indication, that definitely comes across. They've definitely stuck in my mind throughout the years as being as as a really fun element of a fun show in general. So I'm very grateful for the creative work and the time that you put into it.
Thank you.
And, and yeah,
It's
so
nice to see
um
that
eh,
people liked it. That's also very good for us as the one that created it. Yeah.
of course, and hopefully the people that listen to this discussion will enjoy it too. Um, and so, are there any? So you said you have of course you met your husband through creating shows like this, and you uh, and you've known Katie Barberi and such. Are there any other folks from those days that you still keep in touch with?
Oh yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of from the crew and also actresses. Yeah, I still know a lot of them. Yeah.
That's so nice, fantastic.
We were a
Um,
lot of time
I
together, so you tend to know them. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Anything else that you'd like to say as we sort of end off here?
No, it was very
Uh,
nice meeting you and having this discussion, and best of luck with your blog and everything that you do.
Thank, thank you, and same to you with all your development and your artwork.
Thank you,
It's
thank you.
awesome, and it's been awesome getting to meet and talk with you today. So
Yeah, hope everyone enjoys it. Yeah.
of course, yeah, for everyone listening, follow Every Watch Away on on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, and share it around to people that you know. I'll share around Anna's website and work that you can hopefully check out and enjoy. And stay safe, everyone. Have an excellent week. And finally,
Best
best
magical
magical
wishes.
wishes.